It's not gonna stay.
Yeah, I know, but I think once we're on the straight road, it'll be straight enough, I guess.
Why don't you just push it right to the back?
Well, because then it'll be too far.
Okay, whatever, fucking it.
And it is recording? Yes, it is recording.
Yay!
So I don't have a theme song to enter it, so we're just gonna have to like come up with something random.
What, like a theme song for this? Nice.
First, start by introducing yourself.
Bonjour. Hello. I'm Scott Attew. I'm an 18-year-old singer-songwriter. Been playing around Dubai and writing here since I moved 6 years ago.
Back then he was like tiny.
Back then I was a small figure of a man. This man right here was the first person to introduce me to the sort of open mic music scene.
I was?
Kind of thing here. Yeah, you were.
Wow.
You were the first person. You brought me to Gem.
Oh yeah.
And that's what sort of got me kickstarted into all this open mic kind of stuff.
Well, first you messaged me.
I did.
I don't remember what the message said, but it was.
No. You messaged me.
No.
No, you said, "Oh, there's an open mic going on," and you.
No, before that. Let's rewind back to young 2 days.
Oh God.
What was your involvement with music? Once upon a time. I want to say, how did you get into music? Yeah.
In terms of getting into actually like playing music, my dad always thought I should play drums.
That's random.
No, I always used to do like tapping on my knees all the time.
Oh yeah, some people find that really annoying though.
Yeah, some people do.
Like, stop doing that.
Shut the fuck up. No, I always used to tap on my knees. So my dad thought I'd like get into drums, but I went to a music shop one day and was just like, "Oh, Dad, yeah, I want to play guitar."
I have a feeling like whoever designed the guitar actually thought about making the instrument look enticing for kids.
Yeah, so do
because,
I.
Like, you think about the piano, it's just like that.
Yeah.
You think about the drums, it's like that.
I think the guitar looks
it's
cool.
like.
And the guitar sounds fucking awesome too. Let's not deny that fact. But so I got a guitar for Christmas in I don't even know what year. When I was like 7, well, I just turned 8, and then I started guitar lessons in like January, and I had like a couple months of guitar lessons. Did like my debut stuff, like really easy chords, like D minor, all that shit. Not long after that is when we were moving here, so I stopped guitar lessons for like the last year or so that I was in England to focus on like getting stuff and moving out here. Go forward to about a year after being here, in moving apartment, I found my guitar again. And I just sort of picked it up and started playing it and started writing lyrics and stuff, and it kind of blossomed from there. Like, I mean, after listening to Block Party for God knows how many years, the band Block Party, if you know them, you're a beautiful human. Their lyrics were, well, Keely Okariki, the lead singer, he's what got me into writing lyrics, and yeah, it sort of went from there.
Just in case you're wondering, I don't know who he's talking about, so don't feel left out.
Go listen to them. Block Party, great band.
Pick a song.
One Block Party song?
Yeah.
I still remember. Listen to that song. It's from their second album, A Weekend in the City. But they've got 4, and they've got a 5th one coming out in January. Listen to them.
Speaking about albums, what are you working on?
Yeah, nice little interchange. I've got my first album coming out in about maybe 2 weeks. I've pushed it back a lot. Like, it was supposed to come out like now time, but I pushed it back a little bit.
I'm pretty sure you had the idea of writing an EP or an album a while ago.
Oh God, yeah, I had the idea for this EP that progressed into an album like 2 years ago.
Wow.
And I just hadn't done it. I kind of like the fact that I haven't done it till now because it left me time to write so much stuff. A lot of my stuff sounds very similar. In my opinion, not necessarily lyrically, but musically. So before summer, I took 2 months where I didn't write any lyrics. I just listened to as much music as I could possibly get my hands on. Most prominently, I was listening to like Nirvana, quite a lot actually. I was listening to the Velvet Underground.
I would love to hear you cover Nirvana.
Oh, I actually have a cover that I haven't released yet. So like Nirvana, The Clash, The Jam, the Velvet Underground. I was listening to Sigur Rós, Bon Iver, Ben Howard. A lot of different musicians from a lot of different walks of life in terms of personality and music. And after I did that, I went to England for 2 months over summer, and one day I just sort of started writing shit on guitar again, and it just sort of kick-started into this whole range of stuff. So the whole album has pretty much, bar like 2 or 3 songs, been written over summer, which was kind of nice because it's quite a bit different to what I usually write, which is what I was aiming for.
So how many songs are on the album?
There's 8.
So 3 of them are relatively new, and the other ones are sort of.
No, like 5 are new.
Okay.
3 are like old.
Okay.
So like the old songs on the album are The Ride, Carry Me Home, and Dancing in the Dark is like a relatively new / old song. So those are the 3 like older ones, and then the new ones are Death of the King, Falling In and Falling Out, Diffusing Bombs, oh god, I don't think of the name of the other one.
There's the name of your own song.
There's one that I can't remember the name of, and then the last one is the title track to the album. It's called City Boys and Secret Smokers.
So that's the name of the album?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should have started with that.
The name of the album is City Boys and Secret Smokers. The concept behind it is like, I feel like people outside of Dubai sort of look in and think all they see is this one image, like looking at the infrastructure and thinking, holy shit, it's so built up, it's so fancy. It's kind of not in its own sense. So the whole concept of it is like City Boys and Secret Smokers, like obviously City Boys is the easiest part of it to grasp, and then Secret Smokers is like, I have a lot of friends that smoke but their parents don't know. So
Scott's friends don't smoke, just in case
they
you're wondering.
don't smoke, but like a lot of friends that smoke, not all of them. So that was kind of the main base behind it. And then I looked more into it, and it was kind of like Secret Smokers kind of stands for a sense of the things people outside of Dubai like they don't see here, like all the things that are happening in the background, whether they be good, bad, anything like that. So that's sort of the concept behind the album, and you'll hear that like when you listen to it. I hope you enjoy it as well.
Are you sure it's gonna be released in like 2 weeks? Because like you're gonna tell people that.
I'm saying 2 weeks to a month at the latest. That is honestly the latest.
So you've done the artwork already?
Yeah, the artwork's coming.
He's doing the artwork.
Aid I don't know his last name. His name is Aid. He did a piece for me, like, of me playing guitar, and it was really cool. Like, I had it as my Facebook profile picture at one point. It was fucking sick. I've just got to say that now.
So you had the idea like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel was like, apart from like the inspiration of like writing stuff that wasn't all sounding the same, what do you feel stopped you that whole time, or made you keep like delaying just getting it done?
I think that I know that people enjoyed the stuff I have released, which in my opinion sounds the same. But like, this is a very generic person to look at, but Ed Sheeran, there was a quote I read from him, like, you can't try and please everyone, you have to please yourself first. So I took that motive on. I wanted to please myself more than anyone else. So even if like maybe just you listened to the album and liked it and everyone else hated it, that wouldn't bother me because I like it.
Yeah.
And it's sounds good to me. So I'm pleasing myself more than anyone else here. That's what sort of pushed me into that sense.
I know you're like, compared to like a lot of the other people I know who are working on their album or music, whatever, I know you're relatively new to the production process.
I don't know shit about the production. That's why I have other people helping me.
Note to all those people that don't know production process stuff, get friends that do.
Yeah.
Making friends is important.
Use them. Bleed them dry. No, don't do that.
Wait, what do you give them in return?
Well, I gave one of the producers, Mufasa, great producer. You should go check out his solo album. It's sick.
Oh yeah, he's producing this album.
Yeah, he produced like 5 of the songs, and I gave him a Fender acoustic guitar. And then there's 2 twins who produced my album, Thomas and Lucas McCone, who I'm also in a band with, and we'll probably get to that in a minute. They're doing like the other 3 or 4 songs. They're staying in my house this week, so they have a home for a week, even though they already have a home.
Wait, what's the band's name first of all?
The band's called VANDALYE, VANDALYE. It's a pretty unique name, I know.
Is it some variants of vandalism or something?
No, we all really like a band called The National. Probably don't know them either, neither do you. They have a song on their album High Violet called VANDALYE Crybaby Geeks. We like that, and that's how it came about.
Okay.
We play sort of acoustic, sort of folky, atmospheric music, something along the lines of like Ben Howard or Bon Iver, with that element of Sigur Rós and Mumford & Sons kind of thing. That's the 4 you could sort of mash together and find the pieces for what we sound like.
And when did you find it like necessary that you wanted to like be in a band, or was it just a random idea?
It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Like, I'd seen them at open mics before summer, but I didn't really know them that well. And then when I got back here, the first open mic I went to, they were playing. I realized how much I loved what they were doing. So I spoke to them after saying, oh, we should collaborate sometime. And they were like, yeah, of course. Then a few days later, like, I called them and said, oh, I'm like in the studio today doing like stuff with Mufasa for the album. Why don't you swing by and like stick a second guitar part on something?
So pretty much while you were
whatever.
working on your solo album, you started a band.
Yes. So they came to Mufasa's house, and Lucas, one of them, started playing something on guitar, like this tapping thing. And I started writing lyrics over it, and in about 10-15 minutes we had a song. And then we were like, screw it, let's record it. So we got it down. And we had like a good version of it, and that was going to go on the album, but we've taken that off now.
Is there not to be a bad song?
Because that's, no, it's not a bad song. We wanted to improve it more, so we're currently doing that.
Okay.
And we're going to put it on our own EP.
When's that happening?
I'm going to put an estimation on it saying the EP will probably be out late November, early December.
For real?
Yeah.
What? They're just releasing your solo thing at that?
Yeah. They're two completely different things, so saying like they're going to hit the market at the same time is a completely bollocks statement because they're two completely diverse things.
I actually like the idea of releasing the two things, but I know his solo album is like you finished the recording stuff, but I know the band stuff you're not finished yet.
Yeah, the band stuff we still have like a few songs to do.
How many more days are you keeping for that?
Well, they're in my house this week, so we're hoping that we can get all the recording.
So you finished all the writing?
We are currently writing the last song.
Okay, that's good.
But we've got everything.
See another 15 minutes for that, so.
Yeah, we've recorded 3 of the songs. We have one of the songs fully written that just needs to be recorded, and then one of the songs is still being written and should be done soon.
That's actually good.
Go check out our Facebook page, VANDALYE. You'll find it. It's pretty simple. Well, VANDALYE.
That. Let's talk about your experience over here in the music scene.
All right. What specifically about it? Because I find I'm asked that question a lot. When
I know, right? With these interviews and stuff.
So
like,
try and make it different. Come on, show what you got.
Okay, go ahead. What do you think about the music people over here in Dubai?
Okay, that's something.
Without being too specific, but like your experience so far.
I think there's a lot of hard-working musicians here, like a lot, and I kind of think it's stupid how no record labels or music industry personnel have come to this country and seen what's like flourishing right now. There's so many good musicians. A lot of the musicians are stuck to the whole acoustic singer-songwriter regime, but there's so much to be expanded on with that, and you can see it open mics and gigs. People are starting to do that, like I am coming with a band, people are coming with bands. They're expanding on what they know. So right now is a very critical time for musicians here, because I think that the music world as a whole, the generation of just acoustic singer-songwriters is starting to lead out.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming more about bands. I couldn't tell you what specific style of music yet. I don't know if I could say for sure yet if it's going to be like punk, because that's becoming quite prominent, especially in England and America, or maybe rockabilly, alternative kind of stuff. I think those are the two biggest bets.
It just made me think about something. Do you feel like people over here are like just closed off from a lot of the music that's happening everywhere else?
Yeah. Obviously there is still your underground music and like everything that gets through from other countries, but that's on the smaller side. Here is a very radio music controlled kind of country, which sucks. Like I wish there was a local, like a radio station for local artists like here.
Well, I know White Cube's trying to do something. I don't know if they got in touch with you about it's based on like the internet radio thingy and it's an app or some shit.
They have not.
They haven't?
No.
Okay.
But as I said, I think there should be more music industry kind of things here, because in a sense they can take so much advantage of this country. Not just like in the sense of the musician, but in the sense of the talent. Like you've got your people like Chris Thomas, there's so many bands. Like Chris Thomas is like a solo artist, and like he's got like people that are always playing on stage with open mics. He's incredible.
Wait, is it the guy with the beard?
Yes, he's the guy with the beard.
The guy with the
plays harmonica like a boss. And then you got like Leonie Murphy. She is fucking phenomenal, one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard. And then you've got, I'm not personally a great big fan of Colin the Red Mafia. I kind of like the music.
I still haven't seen them live though.
Not too much.
I've seen them live.
I've never seen them. I've listened to their music, I quite like them, but I'm not the biggest fan, but I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I like how they're pushing so much, and like congrats to them for opening for Bon Jovi and things like that. And like it's brilliant what they're doing.
I think that's cool. That's a good sign from like the scene here.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're one of the only people I've seen who are getting that much kind of attention. Like White Cube are a great company for fucking actually getting involved in that kind of shit, but there needs to be more like that. There's not enough of that kind of stuff here.
Don't you feel like it's sort of a two-way street? Because okay, so for me, what I've realized with the technology we have and everything, with what all we have access to now, put into picture like 2 decades ago. If you wanted to make your own EP 2 decades ago, you would have to have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Apart from having a lot of money, you would have to be at the right place to use that money to make an EP.
Yeah, me and the twins who are my band members were having a conversation about this exact thing the other night. We were saying how like it's a lot easier now obviously to do stuff independently, and that's cool. Some people have great knowledge of how to get your stuff out there on social media, things like that, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then again, there's a lot of people who are blind to it, like myself. Like I do not know how to market myself at all. And that's what I think they need here most of all. We all need things like that. It's not happening as much as it should be. Like the best example of someone who's pushing so much, who has given already and is still giving so much to the music industry here, is Abo. Abo started up the most prominent open mics that are going on here. He's got so much. He is the person to hail from fucking anyone in this country. Anyone at all.
How long has it been since he's been doing the open mic stuff?
A year or so, or 2 years roughly. Like he is. I have Abo to thank for so much of the things I've done musically. He has taught me so much and given me so many
I feel bad though.
Why?
Because, here's a confession. I went to one Pizza Express acoustic thingy to play at, and since then, he keeps messaging me to come and I don't.
Get your ass down there!
I tell you what, this is me. I am coming the next, when is it, Sunday?
No, come Friday.
What's happening Friday?
Gramercy.
I've never even been to that place.
Yeah, come down, it's sick.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of open mic night things happening. Like, if you were around a year ago, I think there was Pizza Express, and that was it.
Pretty much.
There weren't too many people like consistently doing shit.
Yeah.
I remember at that time everyone was like, okay, we need to do more open mic nights. And now I think, like personally, I feel we've reached where we need to, and now we need to start doing some more stuff that's not open mic night. Because that's cool. We have that going. I think
like,
any more open mic nights would be too much.
A great example of like not open mics but gig things and organized events are Freshly Ground Sounds.
Oh yeah.
They are great. They're so good. I did a gig last Saturday with them. I did it as the band, and it went great. They have great response, great support.
I love the way they market their stuff, like with the social media
Brilliant.
and everything.
Like when we were playing, we must have had a good couple hundred people watching us, and it was a really lovely feeling for a local artist or band to have a lot of people watching you. It shows there is support here through the cracks amongst people, but it needs to be put out there more.
So you've actually now finished your solo album, post-production process, whatnot.
Yeah.
Working on the band album thing.
Yeah.
So this has already been like 2 huge steps that it took a while to just like get up and do.
Yeah.
Now what? Once the release is done, what's the plan? If there is a plan.
There sort of is.
Okay.
Once those 2 releases are done, which are very prominent things in my life at the moment, there's a website coming called The Soundgarden.
I noticed that.
Not like the Seattle-based one.
I noticed
It's got 2 A's. You should go check it out.
Who's admitting that?
A man called Zane Khan. Wonderful ideas. Basically, the idea of the website is that local artists can sign up to the website, and from there, venues out here can go to this website and hire local artists instead of getting artists from all over the world. Yeah, they could be known, but like you want to support what's happening here. Yeah. So that's where they can go and hire artists, and so that us as artists can get paid gigs in this industry, because obviously that's what we're doing to make our money. And so after this, I'm going to be working a lot with him on that. I'm also going to be working with the blog, doing interviews with artists and doing interviews with venues, things like that. So that's probably the main thing on the agenda, and obviously just trying to get gigs, pushing ourselves further and further in the music.
Here's a good question.
Oh God.
If you could go back 2 years and give yourself some advice about anything, the top 3 or 5 things you'd give yourself advice about.
First thing, the biggest thing I'd say, it's a very cliche thing to say, but you really need to follow your dreams. You need to follow what you want to fucking do. Like, I stopped doing school because I wanted to pursue this. I think it was the best decision I've made. I'm just doing what I want and really following what I want to, because if I would have told myself that a couple of years ago and I could have probably done it earlier, I'd probably be in a better place right now than I am. Don't get me wrong, I love where I am right now. Like,
you always feel you could have done it more efficiently,
earlier and faster. And so I'd say you really need to follow what you really want to do. If your parents want you to be an accountant or a doctor or whatever, if you don't want to do that, don't listen to them.
Not that those are bad things.
Not that those are bad professions.
But if you don't want to do it.
But if you really don't want to do them and you're being forced by your parents, seriously don't do them. If you want to do music, if you want to do art, if you want to do film, if you want to do like literally anything else, do it.
I feel like a lot of time in people's lives are wasted deciding.
Yeah, I find if you go off the cuff, like if you just sort of do it spontaneously, something will come of it. It sounds very sort of quick thinking, but like if I ask 10 of my friends what they want to be when they're older, like I'd hear a lot of doctor, accountant, lawyer. I'd hear all that stuff, and I think like 9 out of 10 of those people, I hear it's just their parents talking, and then it's the one person out of those 10 that actually mean it.
Yeah.
So I'd say just follow your dreams. Seriously, do what you want. As much cliche as I'm saying right now, it's you got one life to do what you want. No.
That's an appropriate use of the term.
No, not YOLO, like you only live once. Yeah, that's a true statement, but like just do it. Like follow your dreams, seriously. I can't stress anymore. Another thing that I would tell myself, it was 2 years ago, don't be put down if people are doing better in any walk of life. Don't feel you need to be jealous of anyone else. You just need to focus on what you're doing. And then like one more thing, find ways to actually use your time, whether it be in what you love or
Be a little more specific.
like the amount of time I probably wasted trying to go out and being let down by friends who are like, oh no, I can't make it, and things like that. That'll happen 9 times out of 10. So make sure you could do so much more with your time. Like I could have gone out last night with friends and gone for a drink or something like that, but instead I stayed at my house with my band, and we pushed on, and we got so much done last night, and we feel so proud of ourselves today.
Nothing like that for me.
Use your time wisely in what you're doing. Make sure you always have as much time as possible to do what you really need to do to be comfortable and be happy and be proud.
Yeah. Pretty much do you.
Yeah, be yourself within everything you do. Don't try and be anyone else. I think those are the things I tell myself.
That's pretty good. Okay, so to recap and to move away from deep contemplative thoughts, you should check this guy out. He's not bad at what he does. Check his band out, they're also not bad.
If you want to check us out, you can check out my Facebook page, Scott Attew. Like, we'll put a link in the description.
There will be links everywhere.
There'll be links in the descriptions to my Facebook page, my SoundCloud, and then my band's Facebook page, my band's SoundCloud. We'll put all those links in the description. If you want to even message me on Facebook, if you have any gigs, hi. If you genuinely just want to have a chat, or if you just want to meet and have a coffee or something and just talk about things we talked about in the video or anything like that.
Apparently he doesn't like cheap tea.
I don't like cheap tea.
Okay, offered him, he's like, I'm for
no, honestly, just even if it's just through my normal Facebook, get in touch with me. Like I don't care who you are, even if I've never met you before. Let's get in touch. Let's have a coffee. Let's be friends.
On that note, bye.
I love you all. Don't put this in the video.
It's gonna be in the video.
Please no.
Oh, it's gonna be in the video.
Please no. I love you.
And
Thank you for watching.
cat. Oh, it's not even connected to cat. Wow.